Nintendo's famed plumber has been tied to some of gaming's finest works, but not every Mario game has been a winner.
I don't think you can go there.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst Mario spin-offs. For this list, we're taking a look at the Mario-centric side games that have proven less than endearing, from underwhelming platformers to poorly designed educational titles.
That works for me!
To be clear, some of the games on this list may not necessarily be bad in the broadest sense, but are definitely some of the most low-quality entries in the Mario franchise.
Remind me to check.
Number 10, Wrecking Crew. Simplicity has its merits, but sometimes it leaves players feeling underserved. Such is the case for Wrecking Crew, an action game for the Nintendo Entertainment System in which players destroy objects on a construction site. Barring some variation on what can be destroyed with the game's hammers and the appearance of the rival character Spike, Wrecking Crew is surprisingly slight in terms of content and engagement. Its limited relation to the lively atmosphere of the core Super Mario titles only reinforces how little is on display here. Number 9, Mario Party 8. Randomness, repetition, and lack of innovation. That sure sounds like a party to us. Mario Party 8 acted as the first of 2 Mario Party games for the Wii, implementing the motion-based Wiimote in mini-games and allowing players to play as their Mii characters. Unfortunately, the game's slim merits were drowned out by criticisms of its dull single-player content, over-reliance on motion controls in the minigames, and overall lack of creative design. Sadly, the series just kept going downhill after this title, with the party car in Mario Party 9 and 10 being the most boring joyride ever. Number 8, Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics. While the Mario and Sonic series has been far from perfect, it reached a definite low point in 2013. Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics opted not to stray far from convention with regards to its sports-inspired minigames, which didn't do it many favors. Additionally, the game's pleasant and vibrant locales couldn't distract gamers from the hit-and-miss controls and somewhat shallow portrayals of various sports. It's such a shame, given how the idea of a Mario and Sonic crossover was once considered fresh and innovative. Hey, at least the dream events are alright. Number 7, Mario's Game Gallery.
It's my turn now.
Ever wanted to play backgammon and checkers with your favorite fictional plumber? No?
Mamma mia.
Well, for those who can endure drawn-out, torturously overlong virtual card and board games, this is the experience for you, whoever you are.
I got it.
Mario's Game Gallery was spawned from developer Interplay Entertainment, who saw fit to create a game based around beating Mario at a handful of traditional games.
Hey, you won!
While it's inoffensive in concept, the project's bizarre focus was matched only by the sheer lack of fun or engagement to be had. The most interesting thing about Game Gallery is that it marked the debut of Charles Martinet as Mario's voice actor. No, really, we're serious.
Great, I'm like checkers.
Number 6, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Some may claim that Mario Tennis for the Virtual Boy warrants attention, but the failings of Ultra Smash feel slightly more depressing.
1-0. Yeah.
Mario Tennis creator Camelot Software Planning set out to translate the series' core gameplay onto the Wii U, with some streamlining and the inclusion of new mechanics to boot. Sadly, this backfired to a certain extent. The new Mega Mushrooms were felt to negatively impact the balance in the matches, and most bizarrely of all, the game also lacked any sort of tournament or career mode. Seriously, that's like Sports Games Basics 101.
Game, set, and match server.
Number 5, Mario Teaches Typing. Mario Teaches Typing is at least theoretically intriguing. It ties on-screen typing lessons to the control of Mario, Luigi, or Princess Peach's traversal through a side-scrolling environment. However, the actual process of typing to give Mario and company commands is overly strenuous and repetitive to the point of being dull. Worse, though, is that the game has actually been found to be subpar as a tool for educating people on how to type. Something is very, very wrong when a game fails at what should be its primary goal. You had one job, Mario. Number 4, Mario Clash. When history looks back on the Virtual Boy and its library, it finds only unrealized potential and good intentions. For instance, the 1995 game Mario Clash was meant to show off the device's 3D visuals with a recreation of the Mario Bros. Arcade game. In practice, the repetitive gameplay, focused on clearing out approaching Koopa Troopas, meshed poorly with the Virtual Boy's monochromatic color palette and control issues. This wasn't helped by the lack of reward for progressing through the game, which made completion pretty much pointless. Number 3, Mario's Time Machine. In similar style to Mario is Missing, this helps reinforce the worst feelings and ideas about educational gaming. There were actually 3 versions of this game, and though each play somewhat differently, their premise is still basically the same. Mario's Time Machine has the eponymous plumber chasing Bowser through time itself, stopping to return precious artifacts to their proper time periods. With a pretty good premise like that, one would think that the game proper would compare nicely, and yet it was not to be. Gameplay focused primarily on parsing through historical-based dialogue and solving word puzzles. Far from being enthralling, the game was found to be both lackluster and likely very confusing for the young audience at which it was aimed. Number 2, Mario's Early Years. Fun with numbers.
You did well.
You found the 9?
Once more, a little bit does not always go a long way. Amid the various Mario games of the 1990s, there was Mario's Early Years, Fun with Numbers, an educational title designed around the use of the SNES mouse.
Show me the 1, which is different.
You did well.
Focusing on Mario and friends traveling to an island to learn about numbers, the game is as rote and simplistic as the premise suggests.
Find the 10.
Aside from featuring hints of music from Super Mario World, this is an experience where reinforcing knowledge of numbers comes before any other concerns, including any sense of fun.
You found it.
You found all the sand.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Hotel Mario. Nothing comes so close in terms of sheer potential for boredom or the ability to befuddle a player.
We gotta find the princess. And you gotta help us.
Hotel Mario may occasionally draw upon its core game's iconography, but it does so while also underserving the franchise as a whole.
All toasters, toast toast.
It has Mario attempting to shut down Bowser's minions by way of traversing a series of hotel floors, closing doors, and more doors. If the prospect of one-note puzzle gameplay wasn't enough, Hotel Mario hammers home its inadequacy with its extremely awkward, cheaply animated cutscenes.
I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Luigi, look.
This was the horrible bastard child of a Nintendo and Philips deal gone horribly, horribly sour.
Uh-oh.
Do you agree with our list? What's your least favorite Mario spin-off? For more diverse top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You're the champ. Nice game. I'ma really enjoy playing with you.